Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Salt Lake City Snowhawks expansion franchise, and welcome to Super Bowl LXII. Our Snowhawks have done it, overcoming insurmountable odds, going from the third pick in the draft last season to the third seed in this year's NFL playoffs, all the way to the Super Bowl, where we're going to have a matchup here with the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, as they finally made the big game under his tenure, as he outdueled Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium. We are here in Miami, site of Super Bowl LXII, although I think in present day it's lined up for Atlanta. Although Lucas McDonald, a franchise quarterback, he's come such a long way since the halfway point of this season, as have the rest of our team. We've had huge impact from a lot of our young guys, our foundational pieces, as we've now reached the Super Bowl already in year 4 of this expansion franchise. Going back to, week 5, week 6, whatever it was, just down in the dumps. It's like we were destined for a top 3 pick, a top 5 pick, but look how far we've come in such a short span of time, as we're now here at the opening kickoff, and we are now underway here, Super Bowl LXII. Let's get it going. Our Salt Lake City Snowhawks, just a Cinderella story season, as we look to finish that script with a happy ending, as Josh Allen not looking to pay to our favor, though, as he's still seeking that first Super Bowl win to cement his legacy as one of the best quarterbacks, maybe even in NFL history, although this past season, 14 interceptions, which was a high for him over the course of this franchise, but still over 800 rushing yards or something like that, I want to say, and of course over 4,000 passing yards, as the Buffalo Bills, the first play from scrimmage here, taking over at the 26-yard line. They will fake it there for James Cook. And now Allen just going to step up and run, breaks an arm tackle there, and gets ahead for the first down, a tag team tackle there from Jerry Sexton and Jalen Thompson, as he goes for 12 on the first play for Buffalo, gets them a first down. Jerry Sexton, the second-year linebacker out of Washington, last year's Rookie of the Year. And there goes Khalil Shakir in motion to the top of the screen. Josh Allen, though, to the other sideline as he gets the completion on his first pass attempt. And it looked like D-tackle Darius Robinson a little nicked up on that play, so he does head to the sideline, being replaced by Draymond Jones as Buffalo goes to the running game here for the first time. James Cook taking back a yard, now 2nd and 11, still in Salt Lake City territory. Josh Allen from the shotgun. James Cook, 10 rushing touchdowns, over 800 rushing yards in the regular season. Now Allen to the near sideline has a man open. That's Dalton Kincaid. Maybe some late contact there by Quay Walker, but nothing called. I guess they'll say, he had the momentum going forward. And also of note here, Deion Dawkins out for the Super Bowl. So rookie left tackle Corey Bynes will get the start. And we are going to get the stop there on 3rd and 2. Sexton got there to stop the run. And now a quick decision here from Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills. Do you go for it? 4th and 1 at the opponent 40-yard line. And again, we see Sexton getting in on the play. Some help there from Matthew Torrance. And they are going to punt here, so our defense gets the job done. A little bend but don't break there out of the gate, as Josh Allen had a nice run, a nice completion, as that one pretty much a touchback goes out at the 20, and we'll get our first look here at Lucas McDonald. He started off the year very, very bad. It was 7 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, but since went on a 19-4 run to close the year, his first 4,000-yard season, and he doubled up as our leading rusher as well with that 93 speed. An X factor now up to 93 overall. And his first pass attempt there, completion for Mark Andrews. That'll go for 6. Ryan Kelly, our starting veteran center, suffered an injury in last week's NFC Championship win over the Philadelphia Eagles. So rookie Seth Rosenthal in his spot. Definitely something to monitor as McDonald going down the field. And I thought that was going to drop into the bucket there of Mark Andrews. But Taylor Rapp there in on the coverage. And I do like the aggressiveness early on, especially after forcing the punt on that first series from Buffalo. And now a 3rd and 4. McDonald on the drop back. They blitz, and we can't get that away as Taylor Rapp makes the play in coverage. And then on the very next play comes down on the blitz, and he gets the sack. And our game plan this week, our offensive strategy, was to counter the blitz, because Buffalo blitzes more than any other team in the NFL. There they send 2 free rushers. We just were not ready for that. As I said, center Seth Rosenthal, a rookie, his first start, so there might be some growing pains there, but he did fill in quite nicely in relief last week, going up against Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter of Philadelphia. Now a nice punt there from Ariza, as that will be returned. A big hit there as they get the return to the 38. We trade punts to start, and Darius Robinson is back out there at D-tackle. And Josh Allen takes the snap here. A quick one over the middle. That's caught by Shakir, and he works that up for 9. Shakir was the only 1,000-yard receiver for Buffalo, accompanied by Keon Coleman in the receiving corps, and also Jalen McMillan, his first season, coming over from Tampa Bay, and a good there for Cook. He gets the first down. Now smack dab at the 50 with 5 minutes into this Super Bowl. They give back for Cook, and that's Matthew Torrance there, untouched into the backfield, gets the TFL, our strong safety, a superstar development up to 87 overall, or 88 overall after his latest upgrade leading into this game. And it's now 2nd and 11. Kincaid there in motion back the other way. Allen in the pocket, rolling to his left, and he'll be brought down by Joey Bosa. That is a matchup to watch there. Bosa against the rookie Corey Boyce. As I said, the 2nd-round pick out of Tennessee, filling in for Deion Dawkins. Boyce is 6'8", 340 pounds. But, of course, the footwork, not where you would want it to be. And now here on 3rd and long, Allen has a man on the check down, and that's going to get only a few. So again, Buffalo will punt. This time at the 47-yard line again, Jerry Sexton making his presence known as the Buffalo punt a touchback. So Lucas McDonald another chance here. 8:06 left in the first quarter. Trying to get some points on the board, trying to draw first blood here in the Super Bowl. I still can't believe we made it this far. And now a fake there for Bigsby. McDonald going to try and run, but nothing doing back to the line of scrimmage, although they do call it a sack. So we've now been sacked twice already. And now 2nd and 10. McDonald from the pocket. That's going to be batted down at the line. You see that a lot here. Just throwing it aimlessly into your lineman or into a defender there at the line of scrimmage, as that falls incomplete. So now third and 10. Need a conversion here. We're losing the field position battle so far. McDonald does find a seam this time, and he does find the first down using his legs, like we saw Josh Allen on that first drive. Gets ahead for 12, moving the chains. What a weapon Lucas McDonald has emerged to be. And now we see Darnell Washington out there, the 2nd tight end, now in motion. He has come on strong in this playoff stretch. And now McDonald from the pocket, going to hit him that time. A good block picked up by Tank Bigsby as Darnell Washington fights ahead, 2nd and inches. You thought using that big body he'd be able to move ahead a little bit further for the first, but not the case, as we'll have to pick it up here. They give for Bigsby, and we do not get it. Tracked down in backside pursuit by Greg Rousseau, the former Miami Hurricane, playing in his former stadium. And now 3rd and 1, and that just makes it all that much more worth it that we needed it from Washington. As now going for Carlos Alvarez, and the rookie with a defender draped on him, Taylor Rapp all over him. But Alvarez still able to fight through it. Very strong at 6'3", 233 pounds. He has everything you want for in a wide receiver. We drafted him in the 1st round, and the rookie makes his first ever Super Bowl catch. And now Salt Lake City, they'll call it the 50, more like the 49. First down, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They send a blitz again, picked up that time, and we had Mark Andrews just a little bit out of his reach. 2nd down after the incompletion. McDonald there for Dontavion Wicks, and he'll get 13. And now 1st down, moving deeper into Buffalo territory. McDonald again from the pocket, and he will find Dontavion Wicks, 2nd straight completion to him, that one for 5. My cat also getting in on the commentary, so hopefully she gives good feedback here. Now Bigsby up the middle, and he has a nice lane past the 32, breaks a tackle, stumbling forward, and he'll get 15. Very strong postseason for Tank Bigsby. Closed this season tremendously and has built on that here, really solidifying his role as our top running back. Now inside the 20, Salt Lake City into the red zone for the first time in this game. There goes Mark Andrews, motions to the bottom of the screen. And now McDonald takes a step. Again, they send the blitz, and he will run this time, but will be closed off. Kind of Mark Andrews closed that angle on him unintentionally, as we will get 1, though. Making now 2nd and 9. McDonald making some adjustments. McDonald does have a check down there for Marvin Harrison Jr., his first catch in this game. That one goes for 8, sets us up now 3rd and 1. Vince Willis, the 3rd-year back out of Texas Tech, checks into the game. We will send a man in motion. That's Dontavion Wicks. I think 12 catches last week in that win over Philly, and they send the blitz, and McDonald runs right into the sack. That's Greg Rousseau. Of course, their top defender on this team has averaged, I think, like 15 sacks over the course of this franchise. And a huge missed opportunity here for Salt Lake City as we have to settle for the 32-yard field goal attempt. There's Todd Hayes, the rookie out of Oregon, as that one is up, and it is good. And Salt Lake City draws first blood here, up 3-0. And now trailing, Josh Allen looking to get Buffalo going here after 2 punts to start. Starting here at their 27-yard line, Cook motions out of the backfield to the bottom of the screen out wide. Now Allen in the pocket, going to sling that for Dalton Kincaid as that goes out for 7. Now we're into the final minute here. Or I guess we'll say 30 seconds. Allen from the pocket again has Kincaid as he's able to beat Sexton. Good route as that does get the first down. That might be the final play here in the first quarter unless they call one here in the final 3 seconds. And it looks like they will not. So after 1 quarter of play, Salt Lake City leading here in Super Bowl 62, 3-0. A missed opportunity there in the red zone, although we will take the points and the lead to this point as we do draw first blood. Josh Allen desperate for that Super Bowl ring, which would, like I said earlier, would really cement his legacy as one of the best quarterbacks, at least in recent memory, but I would even go as far to say in NFL history based on what he's accomplished here, winning 2 MVPs over the course of this franchise. And now starting the second quarter here, first down from the 43, and like we saw with McDonald earlier, Allen's pass is batted down at the line, and that's going to be second down now. And now we see Keon Coleman there in motion. They're not going to go to him over the middle of the field instead, and again, I think that was Kincaid as Quay Walker was in on the coverage and was not able to hang on that time. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10. See if we can force another punt. Allen takes the snap in the pocket, flings that. It's going to be intercepted by Jerry Sexton. The second-year linebacker comes up with a huge play as he's pushed into Buffalo territory. Jerry Sexton, last year's Rookie of the Year, and now he secures an interception in the Super Bowl for Salt Lake City as we have captured all momentum to go along with it, and we have to build on this 3-0 lead now. Allen just aimlessly flinging out. I think Coleman was the intended receiver unless he was trying to go up the seam. I think Kincaid was there, but a little ill-advised pass there from Allen. And not a good start here for Buffalo. 2 punts and now a turnover. And Salt Lake City with opportune field position taking over at the Bills' 44-yard line already, up 3-0. And now we will give here for Derrick Henry as he's going to find a lane and gets ahead for 5 yards. So Derrick Henry, his first touch of the game. Haven't seen him too much over the course of this season. Was cut in the preseason by the New York Giants. We brought him in to fill that power back role, but Tank Bigsby has just been too good to really relinquish any of his snaps. And now 2nd and 5. Good pull blocks there as Bigsby up the middle for 3. Another 3rd and short here now at the 36-yard line. We go back for Derrick Henry up the middle, and he gets the first down. Henry still seeking that first Super Bowl ring, or actually correction, I think going back to year 2, he won it with Baltimore, so I stand corrected on that. After that Super Bowl, though, he did hit free agency, signed a 2-year contract with the Giants, and they cut him after 1, and now McDonald, not the best pass going up the sideline there for Alvarez. And now McDonald on the next play, 2nd and 10, finds a lane up the sideline, and again, just short, though, of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches. And it looks like he might be in a little pain, but good to go. And now 3rd and inches with Vince Willis back there at running back. His first touch here as he does find the first down inside the red zone, gets 5. Willis had a pretty big role last week against Philadelphia. I want to say he was close to 50 rushing yards, broke out a couple big ones. And now first down at the 18. McDonald flings that for Carlos Alvarez, and a great play there in coverage by Chris Harris as that was knocked down. And now 2nd and 10. McDonald from the shotgun again. Darnell Washington out there as we're coming out with these 12 personnel sets. McDonald from the pocket. Tank Bigsby picks up the blitz, and Andrews over the middle gets 9, down to the 9. Now in 3rd and 1, we'll bring out the empty set. I don't know about that. Only a 4-man rush this time. Plenty of time for McDonald to the end zone, and that's in the hands of Marvin Harrison Jr., but too much contest there from Taylor Rapp as we face another 4th down now in the red zone. I'm just going for it here if it's my call, but it is not, as Todd Hayes out, this time from 26, as that one is up, and there's a flag on the play. So tell me we got a roughing into the kicker here, or running into the kicker, as that is the call. Oh my goodness, a detrimental play there from Josh Albert, as we are now having a second life here. That is huge. I cannot overstate how big that play is. Fresh life here from Salt Lake City, and what would have been a 6-0 lead. Now we have a chance to make it 10-0. 1st and goal at the 5. Again, Willis is the back, not Bigsby or Henry. As McDonald going to step up and run, and he will find pay dirt, his first ever Super Bowl touchdown. And just like that, that penalty pays off huge for Salt Lake City, as we're able to find the end zone for the first time. And now we are going to take a 10-0 lead. McDonald has been huge on the ground throughout this playoff. Even, going back to the regular season, 8 rushing touchdowns. I feel like he's had almost as many in just 4 games or 3.5 games, not even, I should say, of this postseason run. And now we'll bring Todd Hayes back out there, this time not for 3, just for 1, as we like it. And now 10-0 Salt Lake City. Josh Allen and the Bills desperate for an answer. And now the Bills will start at the 29-yard line, 10:43 left in the half. Plenty of time, of course, to get some points, work back into it. Although we are almost doubling the yardage of Buffalo, but they're probably going to get some back here. Shakir in motion. And Allen will give for James Cook up the middle. And he finds 4. And now 2nd and 6 at the 33. Cook in motion. As he's covered by Sexton. And he breaks on that. Jerry Sexton almost took that the other way. That would have been a pick 6. Tremendous read on that. I saw, Cook in motion. Sexton was following him. But Allen just late to identify that or what? Now 3rd down. And a stop here would be huge for the Snowhawks. Allen rolling to the right, does get that off and out of the reach of Dalton Kincaid. And that's Dale Gilmore, our one of 2 first-round pick receivers. We had Carlos Alvarez, who we talked about, and there we see Gilmore for the first time. He was at 27 overall, the rookie out of Tennessee, and now Buffalo on for the punt. As Salt Lake City seizing all the momentum here. Dominant defensive showing so far, and that's Nathan Scruggs, our defensive back of the year in the NFC. He does have good punt return abilities, which we haven't used, but we figured, it's the Super Bowl, so we'll put him back there to see if he can make a play. And I think Buffalo just started at the 29, and now we'll start at the 29. 9:51 left in the first half of Super Bowl 62. McDonald, quick one there for Washington over the middle, but again, knocked down at the line. That was Ed Oliver, who makes up an imposing tandem there with Greg Rousseau. Now in the I formation, back for Tank Bigsby, as he gets ahead for 3. Make it now 3rd and 7, and we are going to call an audible as Bigsby flips. Andrews goes out. And now from the pocket, trying to step up, and again they get home. The 4th sack already for Buffalo, which brings up the 4th down. AJ Epinesa, and I thought McDonald again looked like he was shaken up. Maybe a nagging injury, it looks like. As we are going to punt again. Matt Ariza on for this one. As that one looks to be a pretty good one. All the way down to Buffalo's 25-yard line. It will be returned up to the 33, 34-yard line. As again, Buffalo still seeking their first points. Or really, I think their first red zone trip. They started off pretty well. Josh Allen had a few hits out of the gate. A good run, but otherwise have gone dormant. And now with 8:31 left in the half, let's see if they can get something going. Not that we want that, though. Now a man in motion to the top of the screen. I think that's McMillan. Now Allen from the pocket will get it to him as that goes ahead for 6. Now directly under center with the 2 tight ends out there. And there goes Shakir in motion again, followed by Max Melton. Allen on the drop back. Good blitz pickup. But there comes Kwity Paye from the other side, beating Spencer Brown at right tackle. We got our 2nd sack now, as we're still half the total of Buffalo, but our defense has been a little more efficient, as we haven't seen as many plays. So great job that time from Kwity Paye. Came over in free agency back in year 2 from Indianapolis. And now 3rd and longer now, 3rd and 9. As we see a man in motion again, Allen from the pocket. 4-man rush for Salt Lake City. Allen going to tuck it and run. And he will fight ahead for the first down, just barely. A swarm of Snowhawks able to meet him there, but not before he moves the chains. Now here on 1st down, Allen. Going to go there for James Cook it again. Jerry Sexton there to undercut it. And you would think Allen would catch on by now, but not the case. As already an interception and 2 pass breakups from Jerry Sexton. Although one of those could have went for an interception. He could have doubled up there. Now Allen on 2nd down. In the pocket, going to throw that deep downfield, and that's almost caught, I think, in the hands of Jalen McMillan, but not able to carry that one down. And now 3rd and 10 from the 45. Empty set from Buffalo. And now Allen rolling to his left now, up the sideline, as he will be met by Matthew Torrance. Short of the line to gain. Great tackle there in open space by Matthew Torrance. He's filled in the slot for us a lot this season, as we're trying to upgrade that spot this offseason and put him back to strong safety, his natural position. And now another punt from Buffalo. It's been the theme for him. This one does go out at the 18. So 5:47 left for Salt Lake City. If you can burn the clock, get some points, even a field goal towards the end of this half, that's a huge win. And I think we get ball at halftime as well. So the Snowhawks in a very good spot right now, but you cannot get complacent. Let's run this clock down. We don't want to give Allen a chance with the ball back, as now Bigsby makes a man miss, a little shake and bake, and he's so good at picking up those extra yards at the end of the run. He gets 15 that time. Now up to the 33, back for him, as he'll shuffle along the line of scrimmage, gets 4. Those little side steps or jump cuts there as he tries to find a lane have been paying off for Bigsby. His vision, one of his best traits. And now on the counter, as he works off the tackle there for a good gain, makes it 3rd and 2. And also, we do have Buffalo's first-round pick in this year's draft, so we're going to have pick 31 and pick 32. And there we see Cade Moreland on the pull. What a block that time from Cade Moreland, our second-year superstar left guard, opening that up for Bigsby as we move that up to the 50. And now we are heading towards the end of the half. First down, back for Vince Willis. Good run blocking. We saw, who was that getting ahead to the second level? I think that was Seth Rosenthal getting up to the second level, getting a pancake, and paving the way for Vince Willis on an 11-yard gain. And we are just clicking now, getting the running game incorporated. 3 minutes left in this first half. McDonald now going to throw it this time. Across his body finds a man, Carlos Alvarez, as he fights ahead for 14. Second catch for the rookie out of Florida State. And now here, first down at the 25-yard line. Moving the ball at will. Darnell Washington in motion. And now McDonald takes the snap. Rolling to the right. Going across his body. One-handed catch there from Darnell Washington. Just tucked that into the body as that goes for 5 and takes us down to the 2-minute warning. A 10-0 lead here from Hard Rock Stadium for our Salt Lake City Snowhawks here in Super Bowl 62. And we're driving. We're not content with a 10-0 lead. We want more. McDonald going to roll to the left this time. Has some space to run as he works that all the way down to the 11-yard line. First down, Snowhawks. 1st and 10 at the 11. Still all our timeouts. Again, there's Darnell Washington in motion. Good to get him out here in such a condensed field now. Working from the 11. And we will find him as that goes ahead for 5. The Snowhawks do call their first timeout, so we're left with 69 seconds left in this first half of play. Now on 2nd and 5, McDonald rolling to the right. Gonna throw it, and he has a man in the end zone. That is Carlos Alvarez, the rookie. Finds pay dirt in the Super Bowl to make it a 17-0 lead, pending the extra point for Salt Lake City. We're happy that it is past the 2-minute warning, so not a stoppage there from Buffalo, but they do have all their timeouts, I believe. Look at Alvarez dragging the feet as he beats McCoy there towards the sideline in the end zone. They are going to go to the booth review, but I think it was pretty clear he was able to drag both feet unless they're looking at the possession, as we will get another look here. I mean, that looks like a catch to me. I don't know if that's something you can overturn. I think, if you called it not a catch, maybe you would have more of a case, but I think that has to stand, as it does. So Todd Hayes on for the extra point, as we're set for a 17-0 lead here in Super Bowl 62. I just continue to be amazed by this team. A 10-play, 83-yard drive. We did exactly what we needed to do, burning the clock and getting pay dirt. Not only did we get, just settle for a field goal, we got a whole-on touchdown there, as McDonald, a rushing touchdown and now a passing touchdown in this first half, as a good return this time from Buffalo, working it past 30-yard line down to the 33. So less than a minute now for Josh Allen, James Cook, and the offense to muster up some points here, get some dignity going into halftime. Currently a 3-possession deficit. Salt Lake City does get the ball to start, so you start feeling a little bit desperate now at this point. 58 seconds for the Bills. Jalen McMillan in motion, being followed there by Max Melton, as he's going to rip it to the sideline there, and we will do get the tackle. 8-yard gain, though. They burn their first timeout, as they're, of course, going to go tempo, despite the timeout that time. And now 2nd and 2 at the 41. There goes Keon Coleman. Josh Allen has a man down the field, and that's almost intercepted. Then Dalton Kincaid off the deflection picks that up all the way back. I have never seen that. We had the interception. We batted it right to Dalton Kincaid, and he said, "Thank you. I'll take this back. I'll take this home." And he gets Buffalo on the board. What a play. I have never seen something like that. Let's take another look. So it's batted out. Dale Gilmore has it, Butterfingers, and just gives it to Dalton Kincaid in stride. That could not have worked any more perfect for Buffalo, and that is exactly what they needed. I am in disbelief. What a wacky play for the Bills to get on the board, as it's now 17-7, 45 seconds left in the half. I thought we were about to take a 17-0 lead in the halftime, but that was not our fate. And now here's Trey Palmer on the return. I'm still just in disbelief at what just happened. Of course, we couldn't benefit off the interception. They benefited from the double bat playing volleyball. And at least Dalton Kincaid wasn't. As you see there, Bigsby, 8 carries for 53 yards. And I'm still just in disbelief on that. Excuse me here as we close out this first half of play. Still 2 timeouts, a couple quick hits. We could be down there. We'll see how we play it. They do send the blitz that time. Darnell Washington gets ahead for a few. A flag is called, though. That was a hold by Ike McConwu at right tackle, working there against Greg Rousseau. And that was probably a long time coming. I feel like I've seen a few of those already. Now setting up a screen for Vince Willis. Cade Moreland, the lead blocker, as that will go for 14. Moreland already in his second year was the 10th overall pick or 11th overall pick from our year 2 offseason and was rated as a top prospect in that draft, based on true talent at least. And now 31 seconds, McDonald from the pocket, able to escape somehow and just get that for Bigsby. That goes for 5. We burn our second timeout. I thought McDonald was doomed there in the pocket, but was able to find a lane there and get that off. And that time, just a check down for Andrews. I don't know how you missed that. So we will have to punt here, giving it back to Buffalo. They still have a couple timeouts, a little bit of time to work with. They will field the punt, as that will tick down some more seconds. So 13 seconds now for Buffalo, starting at the 27. That fluky play already gave them a touchdown. Can they make something else happen here? They get for James Cook. And this will be brought down by Jerry Sexton. That should have been interception number 2, but instead it was a touchdown. I probably won't get over that for the rest of this episode. And now Allen firing that has a man open, Keon Coleman, as that goes down to the 40-yard line. So just 6 seconds left, maybe time to heave it deep down the field. Hope for the Hail Mary. And it's a 4-man rush for Salt Lake City, as Allen will do just that. And that will be knocked down that time from Dale Gilmore. That time it finds the ground and not the hands of Dalton Kincaid into the end zone. But still a tremendous first half of play from our Snowhawks, leading 17-7 over the Buffalo Bills here in Super Bowl LXII. We almost had that first half shutout, but we get the wacky play. Hopefully that's good for views. And here is the report. Lucas McDonald, very good with his legs, very decisive in this one, making good decisions. Has had a couple misses, but otherwise perfect as he's been throughout this playoff run, even going back to the late season run that we had. And again, there's Dalton Kincaid, was covered by Max Melton. Thought Melton would be able to keep up with him with the speed, but not the case, as Kincaid just got on his horse. And I guess that makes sense as they are playing here in Super Bowl LXII. But now the Snowhawks to start, as not the best return, will take over at the 24-yard line. I wish it showed the stat line for McDonald up to this point, but very efficient, and hopefully we can keep adding on here. Now a 10-point lead for the Snowhawks. McDonald starts under center. They will go for Bigsby. I expect a heavy dose of Bigsby here in the second half, that time for 2. And I mentioned how we did have Buffalo's first-round pick in this next year's draft. We also have their second, third, and fifth-round pick in addition to that. Off the fake, off the I formation, McDonald down the field has a man open. That's 20 yards for Carlos Alvarez, the rookie, continuing to shine in this one. Over 1,100 receiving yards in the regular season. And now up to the 47, a quick hit there. Only a 4-man rush for Buffalo this time. Not used to that, as we had Andrews over the middle. Could have hit him in stride, but instead that one a little offline. Second down now, Vince Willis back into the backfield. And they're going to send a blitz. That leaves Mark Andrews open, as he'll carry some defenders up for 10 yards total. Going to bring up another 3rd and inches. I feel like we've had so many of those. But hopefully here Tank Bigsby able to convert, as I'll assume we give it to him. And that is the case, and he is able to find the first down and a little bit more. And now already into Buffalo territory. Our offense has just been tremendous in this game over the playoff run as well. Back for Vince Willis, mixing in Bigsby, Willis, a little bit of Derrick Henry, which has been a recipe for success. Willis gets 9 that time, to the delight of Lucas McDonald. 12 minutes left in the third quarter, up to the 31-yard line, 2nd and 1. Andrews in motion, also accompanied there by Darnell Washington. McDonald will throw it here for Andrews. A little bit of room to run as he trucks ahead for 11. McDonald now up to 150 passing yards, also has 2 touchdowns. One via the air, one via the ground. Now making a change at the line. We're going to throw it here. And he could have rolled to the right there as he did not work that angle. Rousseau is closing in on him. If he rolled to the right, he would have had more room to work with. But instead going to be brought down for the sack again as Greg Rousseau. I want to say it's his second of the game working there against Ike McConwu as he's been causing fits for McConwu there on the right side of the line as he rips down McDonald, one of the best pass rushers now in all of the NFL. As you do see, he has that superstar dev. Now, 2nd and 18 backed up to the 28. They send pressure. McDonald does get the throw off, though, for Dontavion Wicks, and that goes for 10. You really just have to expect the Buffalo blitz on every single play. It's pretty much every other they're sending pressure. And now they do send one man there that time. Tried to squeeze that in for Carlos Alvarez, just knocked down by Chris Harris, or Corey Harris, one of those names, as we are going to bring out Todd Hayes again for the 3rd field goal attempt. Or I guess the 2nd, because the 2nd one ended up being a penalty. So that one from 35 as we do get it. So now a 13-point lead from the right hash there. Hayes hits it. He was 4 for 5 against Detroit going back to the divisional round. So overall in the playoffs, he's been very good. Just one miss. As we're now leading 20-7, we were able to burn the first 5 minutes in this 3rd quarter. We'll see how Buffalo answers. A touchdown, you're right back in it. Make it a 1-possession game. Starting this time at the 28. And they will start with a fake for Cook. This time nothing open, going to step up and run. The 3rd or 4th time he's done that already. And he's usually getting good gains. That one for 17. Now up to the 45-yard line. Again, a fake for Cook. Plenty of time to throw. Slings it near sideline, has a man open. And that is caught by Jalen McMillan all the way down to the Salt Lake City 28-yard line. Great catch that time from McMillan. And now Buffalo deep in Salt Lake City territory. And that again is going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. You hate seeing that. We are still here on Madden 25, so hopefully in further installments they fix that issue. You know, once in a while is not bad. It does happen, but not the frequency that it is in these slow sims as they go for Cook there, only 1 yard. Make it now a 3rd and 9 from the 27. A sack here would be huge for this defense, forcing them deep in field goal range. Allen only a 4-man rush. Bosa trying to work there against the rookie left tackle, and Allen has a man down there inside the 5. Again, that's Dalton Kincaid. He is carving us up that time, working against Quay Walker, as that's all the way down to the 4-yard line. Kincaid over 100 yards receiving, and he might be in line for the MVP if Buffalo can rewrite this deficit. Quay Walker just a step behind. We need Sexton covering Kincaid based on what's been going on so far. Sexton has been phenomenal in coverage, and that 90 speed definitely helps. Now Buffalo on the doorstep. Allen rolling to the right now. Ginkle trying to get him, and Allen will just swoop all the way around into the end zone as Buffalo now makes it a 1-possession game. It was 17-0 not too long ago, and now make it 20-14 pending the extra point. And of course, you can never count Josh Allen out. I said I was not getting complacent in this game, nor did I hope our defense was either. And Allen able to spark a nice drive here out of the gate for Buffalo. That's exactly how they needed to start the second half. So they ended the first half how they needed to with that touchdown, and now they start the second half with a touchdown, and this offense has awoken. Not much time through this 3rd quarter. You wish if you're Salt Lake City you were able to burn a little bit more, but now a little bit pressure on you as it's only a 6-point lead. You don't have that 2-possession cushion anymore unless you can get more here. Bigsby out of the I formation gets 7, and with that, now less than 7 minutes in the 3rd quarter. McDonald in the backfield, or under center I should say, from the shotgun, as he gives that for Dontavion. Wicks breaks the first tackle and gets 5 in the first. Wicks had like a dozen catches last week against the Eagles in that NFC Championship game, a constant chain mover. And then we go back for Willis here, coming on strong in the past 2 games, past midfield, gets 6. Now 2nd and 4 into Buffalo territory. Looks like they're going to send some more pressure as we get for Bigsby, just able to get away from the blitzer that time, 6 yards. And we haven't seen Zach Joseph at all for Buffalo, rookie pass rusher out of Michigan. That's who they selected at number 3 overall, trading 20 spots up, and that risky throw that time. You're just better off throwing that one in the dirt as the Buffalo defense comes up huge now, and a chance for them to take the lead for the first time. Matt Araiza punting from the 50, Let's hope he can pin them back. And that one was just awful. I probably could have had a better result than that. 21 yards on the net. And you're probably just better off going for it on 4th down than that. And now Josh Allen, he is... Something sparked him, of course. It was that Kincaid touchdown. And after that, they've just been flinging it. That time for 4 yards. I was hoping that Corey Boyce at left tackle, the rookie, would be something we could take advantage of in this game, but not the case so far, as Sexton does get the stop on Kincaid. They do get the completion, making it a 3rd and short. 3rd and 3 from the 36. Only 2 third down conversions for the Bills in this game so far. Now man in motion, they will pop it to him. That's Shakir, and he's tracked down by Matthew Torrance. Tremendous angle, and he read that all the way, breaking in downhill. A huge stop, which will bring up a Buffalo punt, kind of putting a wedge into their momentum. If they were able to string off some first downs, I would have starting to get a little bit worried. Not that I'm not at this point, but still, at least we have a little bit more cushion as Scruggs takes that to the 19. So 2:24 left now in the 3rd quarter. McDonald and the offense back out there. They've played a clean game, but we are not finished yet. We need some more points, and a touchdown on this drive would be huge, as we would go into the 4th quarter with another 2-possession lead. And now we are going to give, or fake it for Willis. Plenty of time for McDonald, but we'll just step up and run again as he gets the 1st down. And that's going to go for 11. Pushed back a good ways, but of course with the forward progress, he gets the 1st. Now up to the 30-yard line. McDonald just going to check that down for Dontavion Wicks as he has some room to run after it gets 11. We've been very consistent in the intermediate passing game, I'd say, in the past few weeks. Just, 10-11 is great. We'll take that every time, obviously. Another pass there for Carlos Alvarez for 5, but even 5 yards is great on that quick out. That's Stoutmeyer, one of the young corners on this team. And 5 on 1st down, you'll take every single time. Now 2nd and 5 at the 45 into the final minute in this 3rd quarter. And that's going to be intercepted. We had Marvin Harrison Jr. up the seam, but that'll be picked off by Corey Harris. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Chris Harris. I kept getting the name mixed up. A 3rd-year defensive player, obviously, for Buffalo. And now I think we start getting a little bit worried, folks. Buffalo, a huge play there. McDonald had Marvin Harrison Jr. up the seam wide open with a lot of room to run, but that was just undercut there. Tremendous eyes from Harris. He had the visor on, but was able to spot that all the way. And now maybe the best starting field position now for Buffalo in Salt Lake City territory. 34 seconds left in the 3rd. And it doesn't get much better than this for Buffalo as they try to set the screen for James Cook. He breaks the arm tackle. A lot of room to run as he's all the way down to the 21-yard line. A 24-yard gain for James Cook and the offense. You don't often see Quay Walker miss tackles like that. And that one is a big missed tackle, as that will probably bring us into the 4th quarter, as it does. So Buffalo driving right now, a chance to take the lead for the first time as we're now into the final quarter. What a play there from Chris Harris, the first interception for Lucas McDonald over the course of this postseason, and it came at like the worst possible time. Although I guess it could have been worse, but we had one from Jerry Sexton, and what a Super Bowl this has shaped up to be, as we have a lot of drama now. Josh Allen and the Bills at the 21, 1st down, a chance to take the lead, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt here. Fake for Cook. Allen to the right. A lot of space to run now. No one's home. Josh Allen all the way into the end zone as he gets home. And that'll tie it up 20-20 now. And so flex the guns. And I am just somewhat speechless now. It was 17-0. And after that fluky play to Kincaid, it just all changed after that. The football gods have not been in our favor ever since. As now penning the extra point. Buffalo set to take the lead here to start the 4th quarter of Super Bowl 62. Let's get a block here. How about that? As that extra point up, and it is good. So now Buffalo is officially on top and now trailing for the first time in this game. We'll see what Lucas McDonald and the offense can do. We need a rally here. We've gone kind of quiet, and of course that interception last time out was not what we wanted to see. We had Marvin Harrison Jr. streaking up the seam. Probably would have been a big hit, but hindsight is 20/20. Now for Bigsby, nothing doing there. Taylor Rapp wrapping him up at the line of scrimmage. And now the pressure mounting a little bit for Salt Lake City. You don't want to start pressing though. Andrews there in motion. 2nd and 9. McDonald incomplete. Going for Darnell Washington, just forcing that one in double coverage. He did not even have a step on his defenders there, but I guess just relying on that 6'7" frame, just throwing it up to him. Not a bad line of thinking. And now on third down, over the middle of the field, it's Mark Andrews past the 50, footing all the way down deep into Buffalo territory, or a little bit deeper, I guess, as that's 12 yards past the 50 to the 38-yard line. So a huge hit through the passing game, which we desperately needed. We needed something. Even a field goal, of course, takes the lead, and Andrews just unaccounted for, wide open as McDonald stood in the pocket, took the hit, and a great play there from our franchise quarterback. First down at the 38-yard line now. And we will fake it for Bigsby, and McDonald will keep. Makes a man miss there as he works ahead and past the 30-yard line. So another nice gain on the ground for Lucas McDonald as we are now driving here down to Buffalo's 27. 13 minutes remaining in Super Bowl 62. Our Snowhawks trailing by 1 point. A chance to take it back here. And McDonald will throw now for Darnell Washington as he'll work around a little bit of traffic. And he scoots ahead for 13. Again, you see Tank Bigsby picking up the block. I guess that's what, a tunnel screen? I'm not the best with X's and O's, but I think that's a tunnel screen. Someone correct me on that. As we see Washington again in motion. Are we going right back to it? As McDonald in the pocket. Back to Washington. And he gets 5 down to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 5 now at the 9. And still the 2 tight ends out there again. Washington, the motion man. We might just be spamming the same play at this point as we go back to him. Breaks a few tackles, but 4 yards does make it 3rd and 1 now. And I mean, if he gets stopped, do you go for it? Probably. 3rd and 1 at the 5. And now Wicks was the motion man. Gonna pass it here. That's a touchdown for Mark Andrews. I did not expect that play call, but we will take it. He had that big reception earlier in the drive to set us up, and now he cashes in. Scored last week against Philadelphia in the same vicinity of the field from like the 2 or 3 yard line, as he's proving to be an effective weapon. It was a very rough year 1 for him last season, his first season as a Snowhawk, but this year he has settled in nicely, as has the rest of the offense. Now the 2-point conversion to make it a 7-point deficit. We tried to swing it out for Bigsby on the 2-point conversion, and he was stopped. So a 5-point lead now for Salt Lake City. Again, Buffalo trying to retake that lead, but it will take a touchdown. 26-21, 10:49 remaining here from Hard Rock Stadium. Allen in the pocket. Gonna hit a man again at the line of scrimmage. Brutal. So that goes incomplete now. 2nd down. Allen in the pocket. Up the field, and that's out of the reach of Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid beat his man there. I think it was Dale Gilmore in man coverage, but overthrow that time. And now a 3rd and 10 at the 25. We need to stop here. Let's get the 3 and out. We do send a blitz. We haven't sent many. And Joey Bosa and Darius Robinson to get home for the clutch sack as he tucks the sword, waves goodbye. I think Bosa, spent a couple years in Buffalo, so a revenge game for him. You know, when he signed with Buffalo, he thought he might win a Super Bowl. I don't think he had any aspirations of that when he signed with Salt Lake City, but he trusted the process, he bought into the culture, and here he is, a sack in the Super Bowl, his first Super Bowl appearance in his career, trying to seal that legacy like Allen is. Of course, Bosa, injuries have been detrimental to his career, but one of the best pass rushers of the past decade or so, as Nathan Scruggs able to break a tackle that time, forcing the double team. Now, at the 38-yard line, less than 10 minutes left, as we try to build on this 5-point lead. Lucas McDonald, despite that interception, has been very good in this game, able to rebound very well, lead a touchdown drive last time out, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing, and let's see if we can add to it. Good field position here at the 38-yard line. The final 10 minutes of Super Bowl 62 we give for Tank Bigsby. He breaks the arm tackle at the line and gets head for 5. But again, not sure why we haven't seen Zach Joseph, the rookie out of Michigan. 3rd overall pick. They traded up 20 spots for him and gave us 4 of their picks in this year's draft forward, as Wicks had the first down but dropped through the contact. Make it 3rd and 5 now. McDonald, big play here, rolling to the right. Some room to run, and he will. And he'll work that up the sideline to the 40-yard line, give him 17. Such a weapon on those dropbacks is McDonald when he can use his legs like that. Now a fresh set at the 40. Bigsby up the middle. He gets a few. The clock keeps ticking, though. And even a field goal here to make it 8 points would be great. But, of course, you want that touchdown to kind of be the icing on the cake, you would think, as Andrews again gets open. Some room to run for him and give him another 15 as he's matching the efforts now of Dalton Kincaid. They got to have similar numbers. I mean, Kincaid probably still more than him in terms of receiving yards, but Andrews has been phenomenal in this Super Bowl. He did win it back in year 2 with the Baltimore Ravens. Looking for his second ring, along with Derrick Henry, who have both found their way now to the Salt Lake City Snowhawks. McDonald going to give that to Willis, just 2 or 3. And just continuing to drain that clock. Now 2nd and 7 at the 20. There goes Andrews in motion. A lot of motion from our tight ends. Andrews streaking there underneath, but we go for Darnell Washington now, as he will work that to the 10-yard line, gets 10, as that brings up a 1st and 10. So not even a 1st and goal. You do like that little cushion to work with there down at the line, just in case. As we head towards the 6-minute mark, and we will give that for Carlos Alvarez underneath. He gets 3 yards, 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 7 at the 7. I would like to see some Derrick Henry here as we go for Carlos Alvarez again. And that's what I'm talking about, 3rd and 1 at the 1. So we have that little cushion to work with. If we do get the first down, we could make it 1st and goal instead. So we'll see how we play it now. 3rd and 1 at the 1. Vince Willis again the back, 5 minutes left in Super Bowl 62. Making some changes here. I don't know if I like this look. McDonald rolling to the right, gonna throw it, and it's intercepted. What are we doing? Oh my goodness. Reminiscent of Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. And that's Chris Harris again, his 2nd of the game. And Buffalo has just given themselves some fresh life here. Just run the ball. Oh my goodness, I had such a bad feeling about that. Chris Harris, his 2nd interception. I can't even think of the last player to record 2 interceptions in the same Super Bowl. Maybe Dexter Jackson, going all the way back to Tampa Bay, Oakland. Oh my goodness, what a bad development here for Salt Lake City. What are we doing now? Josh Allen down by 5, going near sideline, 5 yards for Shakir. Now 4:44 remaining, and Buffalo a chance to take the late lead. Allen over the middle, that goes astray. 3rd and 5 at the 25. And my heart should not be beating this fast. Allen has a man open. That's Shakir. Big hit, hangs on through the contact. 1st down, Buffalo. Now at the 32-yard line. Just over 4 minutes left for the Bills. As Cook there to the top of the screen. Now less than 4 minutes in this game. Allen from the pocket over the middle. Has James Cook draped there by James Sexton. Gets 4. Correction, that's Jerry Sexton working against James Cook. And now 2nd and 6 at the 36. I'm all out of sorts right now. I don't know why this is affecting me so much, but this is our team. We're rooting for him. Allen, plenty of time in the pocket. Now we're trying to roll to the right. And he just shoves Van Ginkel out of the way and still going to the 50 or past the 50. And now Josh Allen, 87 rushing yards, taking matters into his own hands. Get off me. I thought Van Ginkel had to stop there, but not the case. 2:40 left in Super Bowl 62. Kincaid in motion. Back the other way. Allen from the pocket. Cook is open, makes the catch as that goes for 6. And Buffalo will take it into the 2-minute warning. So 26-21 here from Hard Rock Stadium. What a game we are experiencing here in Super Bowl 62. The Bills have rewrote a 17-0 deficit. We're leading 21-20, but now 26-21 Salt Lake City after that turnover at the 1-yard line. Now a easy pitch and catch there for Khalil Shakir in the soft spot. He gets 10. So this is probably the last time we'll see a team with the ball, depending on how quick the Bills are able to score. If they do, but Josh Allen now past the 20-yard line down to the 14. He's now over 100 rushing yards, and Buffalo burns their first time out. 1:23 left in this one. Buffalo at the 14-yard line. This is just the craziest game I have ever experienced. Cook motions out of the backfield. And now Allen, time to throw, has a man to the sideline. Shakir open as that goes for 6. And now inside the 10, 2nd and 4. A sack would be nice. We haven't had many of those in this one, as they do give for Cook. Good blocking as he works ahead for the 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4. And Buffalo just draining this clock. I feel like we probably should call a timeout as they go for James Cook. And he finds the end zone with 42 seconds left. Buffalo back on top as they engineer the late drive, going all the way down the field pretty much after that interception
And they are celebrating like they have won the Super Bowl. There's still some time for Lucas McDonald, and only a 1-point deficit here. You got to get the stop because a field goal could win it. And now on the 2-point conversion, we'll see what they do. I am just deflated right now, if you can't tell. And now Allen for 2, and they get it. Khalil Shakir able to keep the feet in, keep possession. An 11-play, 81-yard drive orchestrated here by Josh Allen, the biggest drive in his entire life, as he puts Buffalo on top now. 3 points, a 29-26 lead for the Bills. Just 42 seconds left for Salt Lake City. As we get another look there, I mean, Tashawn Gross on Shakir, not the matchup you want. Our rookie linebacker, superstar development, but you don't want him man-on-man against the team's top receiver. And now here's Trey Palmer on the return, as he will be brought down. Not a good one there. Probably not worth bringing it out, as McDonald now 37 seconds. We do have all our timeouts, but we got to go quick here. I don't really trust the offense with these quick urgency situations, but a field goal does force overtime. And I think that would be the first overtime in NFL history in the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. McDonald now for Mark Andrews. Room to run. Mark Andrews, you got to get out of bounds, man. We do burn our first timeout because he can't get out of bounds. The AI is just horrible with that. But a nice gain now up to the 46-yard line. Still 2 timeouts. And now Darnell Washington in motion. A lot of 12 personnel here down the stretch. We go for him over the middle. I'm not sure if we want to be working the middle of the field. Probably want to start working the boundary a little bit more, but now into Buffalo territory. Probably need like 15 yards for Todd Hayes' field goal range. He has not been good from deep. And now McDonald. No comment. 3rd and 3 now. 23 seconds remaining in Super Bowl 62. Unless we can get that field goal. Andrews again in motion. McDonald has Dontavion Wicks down to the 40, but we have no more timeouts, so I don't know how we're going to play this. The AI is horrible with clock management. If we're stopped inbounds, that might be the game, and that will not be, as we are able to get the throwaway. Dang, I thought we were cooked right there. I thought McDonald was going to be brought down for the sack, so now just 15 seconds left. Make it a 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. McDonald in the pocket. Again, just going to be decisive and throw it away. If we can just get like a 5, 6, 7-yard out here, stop the clock, I would be happy with that. Bring on Todd Hayes for the potential game-tying field goal. And again, McDonald just throwing it away, as we'll have one more chance. So it all comes down to this, folks. 9 seconds, 4th down. McDonald, and that's going to be incomplete. And the Buffalo Bills are going to win the first Super Bowl in franchise history. They overcome a 17-0 deficit to win 29-26 as Josh Allen takes the knee. And Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, congratulations on your first ever Super Bowl. I hate that it came to our expense, but an exciting Super Bowl to say the least here, Super Bowl 62. Despite the losing effort, I'm so proud of this team. I can't say enough about our efforts as we overcame that 3-6 start to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, winning our first division title in the process, taking down the Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, and the 16-1 Philadelphia Eagles, as we just went on a tremendous run. Only year 4 of this franchise, still a lot of room to grow. We've, excelled at much quicker pace than you would think. But what a sad way to end this season. We had it there in so many different situations. McDonald ends 34 for 53. That interception at the goal line was just inexcusable. What are we doing? He just run the ball there. As I said, reminiscent of Pete Carroll, Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson, in that loss to the Patriots. Josh Allen did what he needed to do. He wasn't overly impressive through the air, but on the ground, he made a huge impact. Over 100 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and we just could not stop him on the scrambles, but we stopped James Cook, only 16 yards, 2 per carry. He found the back of the end zone. Tank Bigsby, 73 rushing yards. Lucas McDonald, 77 and a score. Vince Willis, 4 for 31. Derrick Henry, 2 for 28 receiving. Darnell Washington had 8 catches for 57. Andrews also had 8 catches, but doubled the yardage of Washington. Had 109 a score. He was huge there, especially in that second half. Carlos Alvarez, 7 for 64, a touchdown. Wicks had 6 for 50. Dalton Kincaid had 6 for 109, a touchdown. So him and Andrews, they ended up with pretty much like an identical stat line. Willis also had a couple catches. Cook had that one big screen, I think, to set up a touchdown. 2 sacks allowed from Cade Moreland. I didn't expect to see that. I feel like he was pretty good. 2 allowed from Corey Bynes. So we were able to expose him a little bit. 1 allowed by Spencer Brown. 2 from Ike Mekonwu. Tackles, 18 from Terrell Bernard, absolutely insane. 14 from Taylor Rapp. Sexton led our efforts with 14 and an interception, can't forget that. 13 tackles from Bishop, 12 from Stoutmeyer, and 11 from Chris Harris, the third-year man out of Oregon State. 2 interceptions, 2 pass deflections. He had to be the MVP in this game, I would assume. He's going to Disneyland. Greg Rousseau, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 3 for loss for Bosa, 1.5 sacks. Taylor Rapp had 2 TFLs, a sack in addition to those 14 tackles. And then interceptions, 2 from Harris. I'm never going to forget that second one. That's going to live with me forever. So please pray for me. Hopefully I can just drain that from my memory. Sexton had that one interception with 3 pass deflections. He should have had another interception at one point, jumping on those underneath throws to Cook, but just could not convert. Todd Hayes was 2 for 2, really 3 for 3, but 1 came back. We ended up scoring a touchdown and returning, nothing really there. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just at a loss for words at this point. What a roller coaster of emotions this game proved to be, as our Salt Lake City Snowhawks fall in Super Bowl 62 by a score of 29-26 at the hands of the Buffalo Bills as they secure their first ever Super Bowl. I am happy for them and Josh Allen, but like I said, I'm a little bit upset that it came at our expense. But next episode, I am looking forward to the offseason episode. That's always my favorite part. That's why we do the offseason. We build towards a team that we hope can make the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. We strive to get back there. But if you stuck around for the entire ride here, I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And despite our loss, a lot of things to be proud of, a lot of things to be excited for in this Salt Lake City Snowhawks expansion franchise. I think 6 picks slated in the top 100 in this upcoming draft, along with 2 first-round picks at 31 and 32. But as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.